Hey, David Wygant, 10-minute daily reality check. Here's the reality today. I survive TV dinners. That's right. I fucking survived microwave food. Now, you told me, Mia, you told me all about earlier about Alzheimer's. Mm-hmm. Can you enlighten the people who grew up on TV dinners? And for those of you millennials that don't know what TV dinners are, TV dinner doesn't mean that you're sitting in front of the fucking TV or your iPhone eating dinner. Because let me tell you, that's equally bad brainwaves right now, because that's the modern version of TV dinners. We sit there and we stare at our phones. Oh my God, look what Mary said on Snapchat. Oh, that's so exciting. Right? You know, I like Snapchat. It's cute, but we can all be juvenile once in a while. But look what someone posted on Instagram. Wow, it's so exciting. That's TV dinners now. Can you explain how we fucking survived the 70s and 80s? I mean, there were things like Fruity Pebbles. I want you to Google Fruity Pebbles. For those of you that, think that GMO is scary, take a look at what Fruity Pebbles had in it. Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, thank you for feeding me all this sugar and these colors. Oh, wow. Look at these colors, Mom. Look at these colors, Dad. Orange and blue and purple. And I'm putting them in my body every single day. Thank you so much. Count Chocula, the evil. Remember Count Chocula, the box of Count Chocula, right?
Yeah.
Blueberry, blue. Nothing is blue. That blue in life. Nothing is that color, purple or blue, but yet we were ingesting it. KoolAid. What is KoolAid? The ingredients to KoolAid are?
Artificial color, artificial flavor.
Yes.
And then you add sugar.
Yes.
Water. 2
big cups full of sugar. That's the natural ingredient that engages it. Now, Layla takes KoolAid now, and KoolAid's her hair. And her hair stays pink for months at a time. Literally, you can still see the tint of pink in Layla's hair, right? You've seen Layla and you've seen the pink in her hair, right? That's from KoolAid. That's the stuff that we were putting in our bodies. I mean, I was wondering that if we had x-ray machines at airports, what color our kids were like in the 70s. Oh, look at you. You're on Fruity Pebbles, Fruit Loops. What were those neon things that we ate?
Snow cones.
Snow cones. It was chocolate on the inside and...
Oh, no, those were snowballs.
Snowballs.
But snow cones as well. That was just basically ice saturated in artificial color and flavor. Again.
Oh, yeah. I see people feed their kids that every day. And I look at that and I go, you should know better. This is 2017. I went to a street fair in Redondo Beach this year, and I saw people feeding their kids that. I'm thinking to myself, this is 2017. Mm-hmm. This is the reason why your kids are fat. You're feeding them artificial colors, artificial flavors. This is not what childhood should be. Mm-hmm. Childhood should not be, hey, let's just pump our kids with sugar. Don't reward our kids with sugar. It's not a reward sugar. We survived that. People should be more educated nowadays to not, holy shit, we survived the 70s and the 80s to fucking have a lesson. But we saw on the beach today, what did we see?
Obese children, and so many of these school-aged kids sucking down 32-ounce Starbucks with whipped cream and artificial color and flavors, caramel and God knows what in them. They weren't natural.
No.
And they certainly were full of sugar. And you can see what it does to their bodies. I mean, they're just, these poor kids are carrying around so much extra weight, and the fat cells bind with the chemicals, and so they get stuck in the body, and then the body doesn't know how to process them. And when it does break down, it overloads the liver and the other filtration systems of the body, and the these kids have such a difficult time thinking and even feeling.
Well, their liver markers are high. I mean, they have diabetes, warning signs of diabetes at 6, type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes used to be something that you get in your 40s and 50s and 60s from too much abuse of too much sugar, right? Kids are showing up with it right now. They are showing up with adult-born cholesterol issues. I see kids' bodies and I see the fat that they should have accumulated over years of a lifetime, but they've accumulated in 10 years, because of the stuff and the food that they're being fed. They're dying from the inside out.
Absolutely.
And there was a recent article that I read that all the sugar we eat there's diabetes 3, which is Alzheimer's.
Mm.
So we're literally, by all the sugar that people are consuming and the sugar that we're going through and the amount of sugar we're going through, it is, I mean, it's the inflammation, which is going right to your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And they're calling Alzheimer's now diabetes 3. It's the new wave of like, and you're going to see so many people get Alzheimer's because of all the sugar that they're eating, all the shit that they're eating, all the fucking foods that they're eating. I mean, we were talking about that earlier. Every time you eat a chicken that has antibiotic, you can go and take probiotic, lots of good probiotics, which I take every single night. And the second, and I know my gut really is happy when I'm probiotic out. And then all of a sudden I'll go and I'll travel somewhere and I'll fucking have a burger, you know, because there's nothing else on the menu to eat because I'm like this California person, pain in the ass fucking person. And I'm in Chicago and I eat a burger. And it just fucking triggers my whole body. Mm-hmm. Like all of a sudden I've got like a burpee feeling for 2-3 weeks afterwards. Yeah, because every wonderful thing that I did to my system is destroyed because of the antibiotics that cow was being given, because it's no different than taking antibiotics yourself. Mm-hmm. And people don't even see that. They don't pay attention to that. They're not educated enough to realize that we're just killing ourselves. We survived the 70s and 80s. It took me 30 years to make my stomach fucking feel good from the abuse that I gave it as a kid. I was telling you earlier today, I mean, I was sucking down bottles of pink. Pepto-Bismol was pink for a reason. It's like, look at the color they made it. Pepto-Bismol pink. It's trademark, Pepto-Bismol pink. Yeah. Because nothing in our world is naturally that color. Mm-hmm. They made it that color through the chemicals that they put in there. Yeah. So, I mean, I was ingesting chemicals for the first 30 years of my life. Mm-hmm. Tons of them. Probanthine, Combid Spansols, Zantac, Mylanta. That's how I was healing my gut. Let me just go take another swig. Let me eat some more antibiotic-filled food. Mm-hmm. Let me go take another swig of Pepto-Bismol. And that's why it's like, I just so, on our journey, our journey as people, our journey as souls, our journey as beings, I think we need to really fucking realize the food we're eating is killing us.
Yeah. It doesn't have to, though. You know, we can make a choice to eat foods that are natural, that are plant-based, that have the nutrients that actually cleanse us and restore our vitality, you know, that feed our cells rather than deplete our cells. And, you know, it's a conscious choice with every bite you take, with every meal you prepare. That's the way to heal from it, you know, making a different choice.
It's amazing, though, like parenting now has changed so much. Mm-hmm. You know, our parents were like, put this metal tray in the oven, right? In a fucking oven. It's like an easy bake oven almost. Right. Right? All electrical heat. I mean, like, that's what we had in the 70s was electrical heat. Yeah. Nothing was powered naturally. Gas, at least, is a natural substance, right? Mm-hmm. But, I mean, we had electric heat. You can hear it. Let's put this metal tray in there. Let's eat Salisbury steak. Let's eat corn. That was before it was GMO. Now corn is so disgusting. It's unbelievable. I mean, we have so many choices in what we eat, yet people are still not eating right. And it's it blows me away. Yeah. Our choices. People still make choices that are not right for them. People are now smoking those vapes, you know, it's popcorn lung. You know, have you read about popcorn lung? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just, I mean, and I look at somebody vaping and this big, you drive through it in Santa Monica, you see this like big, enormous, what do you call it, of cherry smoke, right? Yeah. It's like, whoo.
It's so much more than like even a cigarette puff. You know, a cigarette puff would be like 1/20th or less, and it's huge, but people just, it's almost like ignorance is bliss. You know, unfortunately.
I prefer not to be ignorant.
Me too.
I prefer to be blissful by being alive. So what is the lesson of today? Because there's always a lesson. Little comedy, little lesson, little change.
Well, I feel like the lesson is that we can choose to change our trajectory at any point in time. We can let go of what was and choose what's going to be and what is, right? I mean, we survived the 70s. Look at all the crap we put in our bodies. And yet look at how high functioning, how vital, how well we are living now. So despite the ignorance and the blissfulness that we engaged in back then, look at what we're living now and how. How are we prolonging our youthfulness? How are we assuring longevity and high quality of life? Really high quality of life.
People ask me all the time, they look at me and they go, "You don't look your age." And I said, "I know, and I can tell you what the secret is." And they listen, they go, "What?" I said, "It's called working out." Okay. It's called drinking a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
It's called being healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's called not eating sugars, saturated fats. Oh, but that's not living. Don't you ever cheat? I do cheat. I fucking eat raw cacao with marijuana. I cheat. There you go. There's my cheat.
But only on occasion.
Only on occasion. And sometimes I dig into my daughter's gluten-free pretzels. And I go and get really good facials.
And I feel like another key is that you're happy.
Oh, yeah.
You make sure that you maintain a happy perspective on life. You find the joy, even through the challenges.
Oh, it's always about joy. I wanted to be Jack LaLanne my whole life. So, sure enough, I'm living out. Jack LaLanne was my hero. Everybody looked at him at 72 and they're like, "Look at that guy, ripped. That's me. I'm going to be Jack LaLanne, Clint Eastwood." I look at men that are vital.
Yeah.
And to me, vitality means you fucking quit the shit. Like we survived. We made fun of this. We survived our 70s. But I know adults that still fucking chow down this Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because they think, well, it's good to do that. No, you survived the 70s. Now replace it with beautiful things because you have to honor thy body.
That's right.
Look at your blood work. I look at my blood work and I go, well, I can fix this. I can do this because longevity, and this is where Bruce Lipton comes in, biology of belief, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Lipton, epigenetics. Mm-hmm. You can change your genetics.
You can.
My genetics suck.
Yeah.
My grandfather, a massive coronary at 57, dropped dead in Madison Square Garden. Okay, not making a joke about it, but you know what? That must have been a really fucked up way to go. And you're in the 70s, dropping dead outside of Madison Square Garden after a Knicks game with your brother-in-law who took over your business. Oh, that's a double fuck you. My grandmother had bladder cancer because she was too cheap to get good medical care. She was losing weight. She was always a chubby little girl, little woman, and she lost weight. My mother ignored all body signs and ended up with, stage 4 liver cancer. My father had MS. So let's just say my genetics, I need to fucking reprogram my genetics. My great-grandfather lived a long, long time. He was diabetic. He lived to like 90, that fucking curmudgeon. But I just made choices. And that's probably why I have all this youthful enthusiasm and I look young because I'm just like, I look at my genetics and say, fuck you genetics, fuck you 70s. I'm going to survive both of you and outlive all of you. And I think that's a big thing. It's a choice we make. We choose health. We choose vitality.
We choose to embrace our youth.
Yeah.
And allow it to shine through. And I think also it's really honoring that our body is our temple, right? It's an instrument through which we can shine.
So where can they shine? Where can they find you?
You can find me at Rhythmia Life Advancement Center in Costa Rica. And you can look us up at rhythmia.com. RYTH.
Thank you for spelling for the
.com.
Thank you for spelling for the people who are phonically. Is it phonically?
Phonically.
Phonically challenged. Thank you for doing that. And the rest of you, you know where to find me. It's always the same place. Every single day is another dose of reality. I haven't used my tagline. Do you know what my tagline is on the show?
Please tell me.
Radical self-help that doesn't suck.
Oh, I love it.
How do you like that, right?
Yes.
I tried to change the name of the show many, many times. But it's always been radical self-help that doesn't suck. Anyway, you know where to find me every single day. See ya.